So you may be wondering, I'm 35. Is it too late? Or you may be thinking to yourself, I'm 40. Can I still build wealth? Or perhaps you're saying, you know what, I'm 55. Did I miss my chance? Well, I'm going to pause you right there and tell you right now no, it is not too late for you to build wealth, whether you're 35, 45, 55, or beyond. But your mindset and your strategy, that might need to change because those two things are foundational on your wealth building journey. And so today I'm here to talk to the women who feel like they are behind. They have set for themselves some invisible deadline that they didn't meet, and for that reason, they feel like they have failed. You have not failed. And here's what most people will not tell you: your best wealth building years are ahead of you. The fact that you're here now watching this video, the fact that you want to set the intentions to do better means that you can achieve whatever it is you put your mind to with the right mindset and with a solid strategy, even becoming a millionaire. So if that's you, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, my name is Bola Shokumbi. I'm the founder and CEO of Clever Girl Finance, and I am the sixth-time author of the Clever Girl Finance book series, including my new book, Clever Girl Millionaire. Welcome to Clever Girl Finance TV. So let's dispel this big myth out there that is tied to age and building wealth. There's some idea out there that if you haven't made it by 30, if you haven't made it by 35, if you haven't made it by 40, you have failed. That is a lie. Social media will have you believing anything, that if you have not done this by 25, by 35, by 45, then there is no chance for you to achieve it at all. And that is simply not true. You may have made mistakes, sure, we all have, but the truth is the world works on a different timeline than you. You have your own timeline because you are a unique person navigating your own life uniquely. It could be that all this while you have been raising your kids. Maybe you were taking care of family that depended on you. Maybe you just didn't have access to the right knowledge. Maybe you're coming from a starting point that hasn't been fair. And maybe you're just in a position where things are starting to fall into place for you, or you're starting over from scratch. It is not too late. Whatever your path, you're not behind, you're just on a different timeline, and that is okay. So let me tell you a quick story about my dad. My dad started the first grade at age 13. Yes, you heard me say that right. He was 13 years old when he started first grade. This was because there were no funds for him to go to school. And given the circumstances of being able to get the money, it was easier for him to go to the farm and work and make money with the family than for them to figure out how to pay for school. So he started the first grade at age 13. And despite this delayed timeline, my dad went on to get two PhDs in addition to his undergrad and his master's degree. And he left a legacy of impact based on his life experience. And for me, looking at my dad's story, my dad's journey, that is one of the strongest reminders that a timeline doesn't define your success. Your start date does not determine your finish line. And the same goes for your finances. You can't think about starting from where you wish you were. You have to start from where you are and be intentional about taking actions. And believe that despite where you're starting from, despite when you are starting, you can still achieve what it is you want to accomplish, because why not you? And in addition to that, it's important that you have a strategy, a financial plan that you're actively working when it comes to specifically things like saving, budgeting, putting emergency funds aside, investing for the long term, exploring other ways to diversify your income and increase your income, and in turn exploring other opportunities to invest. This is how you build wealth on your own timeline, with intention, with vision, not by scrolling on social media and judging yourself for what you wish you could have done but haven't done, and woe is me, and etc. No. It is not too late. You can still achieve your goals. And you've heard me say that multiple times in the video, and that is because that statement is true. And I truly understand that when you're on a journey where you feel like you're behind, you may feel like, what is the point? You may feel overwhelmed. But I want to remind you that when you think about the things that you want to accomplish with your finances and your life in general, You have to want that thing bad enough. So before you even get into the journey, get on the journey of building wealth or pursuing a goal, really step back and ask yourself, why do I want to build wealth? Why do I want to achieve this goal? And be clear on why you want to pursue this thing, because that why is what's going to motivate you to keep going and empower you to keep taking action, even when life is shifting, even when you have to pick yourself back up. So let's talk about some math, right? And the reason why I like to introduce math is that when people start feeling overwhelmed or saying, you know what, it's too late for me, I've spent too much time, I've lost too much time, it's not possible, they're lucky, I'm not. One thing I like to remind people is that whether you do something or you don't do it, the time is going to go by anyway. So why not set the intention and make the effort to take action? So let's talk about some math. So let's say you are 35 years old right now and you start investing $500 a month. By 65, assuming an average rate of return on the stock market of 8%, you'd have over $700,000. And this is just by investing that $500 a month. Imagine if you did more. So perhaps you're starting at 45, right? And again, you're only investing $500 a month. That's still $250,000 by the time you get to 65. And again, this is you just putting that $500 aside from your paycheck every month and not thinking about it, not even making any extra effort, right? So perhaps you're starting at 50. You are still building a six-figure cash cushion, and that is likely more than you had before. So like I mentioned earlier, the point is that that time, whether you choose to do anything about it or not, is going to go by anyway. So why not focus on doing your best? You could be able to save that $500 a month or perhaps even more. Or maybe you can't save $500 a month because you're still getting your feet, you're not earning as much as you need to right now, but you're still able to put aside something. It still adds up and it helps you build that consistency and motivation to keep saving and investing so that when you're earning more money, you can do more. I remember at the early stages of my investing journey, my wealth building journey, I was trying to maintain consistency around saving. And many of you who are familiar with Clever Finance have heard me share this story before. And there was a point where after I had budgeted everything I needed to budget from my paycheck for one particular pay season, I had paid all my bills, I had a single dollar left over from that paycheck. And I was like, you know what? I could do one of two things. I can say this dollar is not worth anything, forget about it, and just buy some candy, buy some gum, or put it in a drawer or something. Or I could take this and try to save it or invest it, even though it's a tiny amount. So I decided to save that money. And when I tried to do the online transfer at my bank account, you needed a minimum of $10 to move money into the credit union I was using. And so I couldn't make the transfer. So I got in my car and I drove all the way to my credit union to deposit that $1. And when I got there, the teller was like, "Did you really drive all the way from your house to put in just a single dollar?" And I was like, "Yes, because I'm trying to maintain the habit and consistency around saving and investing." And guess what? Because that became a habit, when I earned more, when I had more money, it was automatic that I would just invest more, invest extra, save more, save extra. And so that is how momentum is built, even in those very small moments. People also say, you know what, well, I don't have enough time before I retire. I want to retire at 65. I'm 55. That's only 10 years away. How much can I possibly save? The truth is, you do not get to age 65 and drop dead on retirement day, God forbid, right? Retirement goes well beyond a single day. On average, people tend to live 25 to 30 beyond your retirement day. And if you have your health and you're able to explore passion projects, which is what many retirees do once they leave their main job, they end up starting businesses or pursuing passion projects or side hustles. You are bringing money in that you can still put aside for your future self, that you can still put aside towards creating a legacy for your family and for your future generations. That's 20 to 30 years that your money can be working for you and be invested for you. Even if you don't get to use it at 65, there's still life at 70 and 75 and beyond. So here's what I want you to remember when you start telling yourself, it's too late, I'm too old, I failed, there's no point in trying. You are not too late. You are not behind, and you can still accomplish your goals. You can still achieve your heart's desires. It starts with adjusting your mindset and setting the right intentions, and also taking action. That's really important too. So stop carrying the shame about mistakes you have made, about what you didn't know. Focus on what you can do differently, what you can do better, and the actions you can take to achieve those goals you have set for yourself around your finances and around your life. So share in the comment, what is one action you can take starting today to get you closer to achieving your goals, no matter how small? I shared my $1 story. What's that one small thing you can do? Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time.